Hi everybody, this is Abby with Scrappin' Abby, and I am back with another design team project for Three Girl Jam. We have a really exciting challenge going on right now, and if you go over to the Three Girl Jam challenge blog, I'll put a link in the description box below. You're going to be seeing the current challenge, which is challenge number 29, and it's Give Thanks with Ribbon. So as you can see from what I'm showing you guys on my craft table, I have been busy making some name cards for our Thanksgiving dinner. This is only a fraction of my husband's side of the family that's going to be here. I'm making a total of 18. So I saved one that I'm going to show you guys and do just a quick tutorial on camera just to show you how I created each of these. So I'm going to go ahead and put the camera back up on my overhead stand and we'll get started. See you in just a minute. Okay, I am back and I wanted to share with you real quick the products that I'm using to create these name cards, and I'll actually hold up two of them so you can see I have a couple different crinkle ribbons on each of the name cards, and I'm not sure if you want to call them place cards, name cards, you know, I've heard them called both, but they're basically going to be at the table settings for each of us for Thanksgiving. So this is what they are. So I'll show you what I use first, and then I'm going to show you how I made them. I saved one so I could do a quick tutorial just to share with you guys how quick and easy this type of project is, especially with busy times right now. The holidays coming, you know, with just a few basic tools and whatnot, you can go ahead and create some really cute custom name cards for your place settings. So to begin with, I used 3 different dies, and these are just what I happen to have on hand. You guys, of course, can use whichever dies you have available, or punches or anything like that. You can also use like Cricut cartridges if you had, you know, those types that have tags and that kind of stuff. So one of them I used is the Brenda Walton Sizzix die, and this is the image I used. It was this tag right here. And then the other one, which is the green on the cards, and I'll show you that in a moment. And then I used from Tim Holtz Alterations the Tattered Leaves, and this is the leaf that I used. And then from Sizzix, from their place card with decorative accent, I used this one here. It's the it's really cool die. It does this whole thing for you. It's really neat. And then the paper collections I pulled from 2 different ones. The DCWV, sorry, the Autumn Medley stack, and then I also used the Autumn Medley Melody. Oh my goodness, you guys, I can't talk today. The Autumn Melody coordinating cardstock stack that goes with this. And so I pulled papers from both of these paper stacks to make this project. So I'm going to go ahead and set this off to the side, and then I'll go ahead and kind of get things ready as I'm talking to you guys. So a couple of the inks that I use, which I'll be showing you guys, actually I use just one on this project. It's the Tim Holtz Distress ink, the Walnut Stain, and the 2 different crinkle ribbons that I use, which is the most important part to show you guys because it is a challenge for Three Girl Jam. I use the Sunflower Crinkle Ribbon and then the Harvest Orange, and I'm going to be using the Harvest Orange on the tag I'm going to make with you guys on camera. This is just a stamp. This is one of the ones you can get from like Michael's or something, you know, like in the dollar bin. I'm using the Happy Thanksgiving stamp, and then for the ink for the stamp, I'm using StazOn Jet Black, just because I wanted the sentiment to really show through. And I'll go ahead and kind of get started now so you guys can take a peek. See, oh, I did forget one thing. On the leaves, I wanted to kind of give them an extra bit of shimmer and shine, so they kind of looked more like leaves you find outside that are kind of crumpled and that kind of thing. I used some Lindy's sprays, the Moon Shadow Mist. I used the Gossamer Gold spray just on the leaves, and I think it turned out really cute. So when you use that die, the one I showed you guys, the name card, place card die, this is what it looks like when it comes out. And you just, all you do, it already has a score line on it, you just fold it, and you just kind of gently pop this piece up, you know, so it elevates like that, and then you just punch out the little die cut pieces that are stuck in there. Sometimes they come out, sometimes they're still there. So this is what that die looks like. And then what I wanted to do, because I wanted to accent this, not just have this be plain, you know, I thought about embossing this, but I had to make so many, you know, I just didn't want to spend, you know, too long of a time, but that would be definitely something really pretty to do if you didn't have to make over 20 like I have to do. And so what I did is I just took some cardstock from that DCWV Autumn Melody cardstock stack, and I just ran this over the top of the die, and I'll show you what I did. So this is the die, and it's probably hard to see on camera, but you can see where the orange pieces are. This middle piece right here, this is what this impression is. This image right here. So what I did is I just took some squares, cut it down into size so I didn't waste my cardstock, and I just ran a bunch of them over just that piece alone. That way it gave me this element right here, which is what I'm using to embellish the name card. So all you have to do, because as you can see that it's stuck together, you just take your scissors and you just cut it. It's real easy to do. I'll kind of get it ready and I'll go up to the camera so you can see what I'm talking about. And all you do is just cut along that line and it frees it up just like that. And then you have this image, and you'll do it on both sides because it is attached. Oops. Sorry, you guys, I'm looking at the camera and not watching where I'm putting my hands. You know what? Do I have two here? Oh, I thought I had two stuck together. And then you'll just do the same thing here. Just careful not to cut your image, of course. Is you just do a little snip right along that edge like that. That easy, and it comes off. And then you just take something to pop out your little pieces that are stuck inside here. Sometimes they'll come off on the die, but I ran, 3 or 4 sheets at a time through the die, so it doesn't pop all of them out for you automatically. And then what I'll do is go ahead and start putting the name card together. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit so you guys can see what I'm doing. So it's really easy on projects like this when you just kind of do them assembly style. So what I did is, once I had my idea out of what I wanted to use, just grabbing the ink here, what I did is I just cut everything, and so when I got it all done I could just have an assembly line, and I just whipped them out pretty quickly. So what I'm going to do before I start putting assembling is I'm going to just take the Distress ink and I'm just going to kind of go along the edges and just kind of ink up the card, and that way it just kind of gives the chipboard just kind of a nice distressing, and kind of brings the color palette into the fall, so it kind of mimics like the darkness of the leaves from the fall when you're out walking around. I love doing that kind of nature walks and stuff. We have a really beautiful, we're lucky enough to have a river right behind our house, and there's this big huge natural park behind our house, and it's just really beautiful with all the trees and everything. And then so I just left it like this. I didn't do the backs because nobody's going to see those really except for the person across from us. So so I left this plain, and then I'm not going to do anything with this because I'm going to be covering that. So what I'm doing, again with the same ink, try to leave it in frame so you guys can see what I'm doing here, is I just went ahead and just took my ink tool and just went around and just kind of, just no particular manner, just kind of inking the edges. You don't need to be precise and to get in every single crevice. That's not what it's about. It's just more of just kind of a touch to it a little bit, just to add a little bit to it. So it kind of pops off the page. I just like the way that dark edge looks when you ink it. And then what I did is I just used, you can use any kind of adhesive you want. I just used my quick dry Scotch adhesive. It just seemed to work the fastest for me. And then I just went ahead and just inked on there on the back side. You could use like those glue pens. I have those too. You could use the really thin 1/8 inch score tape. You could run it through your Xyron, however you wanted to do it. This was just the way I did it today. And, oh, actually, you know what? Yeah, I do want to do this part first. Actually, it doesn't matter if you do this step next or the one with the green. It's just, I'm just trying to remember how I did it when I first started it. Anyway, so you just take it, and then I'm just going to line it up. It's real easy here. And you just press it over, just like that. And then it's, with this adhesive, it dries really quickly, and you can see that it covers that up, and then it just kind of gives you a little bit more of an element. So now what I'm going to do is put on the green cardstock, and then again, like I mentioned at the beginning, whenever you first pull this out of your die, sometimes you have to pop this piece up. So you want to make sure that's elevated. I'm going to take the same ink and use it on this image that I cut, and this is a tag that I cut from that die. And I'm just going to kind of run my distress tool over the edges of this, just kind of giving this a little bit of color as well. And then I'm ready to go ahead and glue this down too. And then the same thing with this. Typically I use score tape for most of my adhesive. You can use your ATG. You can use, again, the Xyron if you want to do that. And I have all those things. I just didn't want to bring them out. And this works just fine for the purpose of this. This project. And then you just take your card once it's been inked with adhesive on the back, and then I just kind of pop it underneath while it's standing up on my table, and then I grab it like that, and then I just kind of laid it down and then press down, and then there, that part's done. And then I'm going to go ahead and close my ink because I don't need that anymore for the rest of this project. And then I'm going to put on my leaf. So what I did first before I adhered to the leaf is I just set it down. You can use whatever you want to kind of hold this down. You don't have to use anything at all. I just grab my Mod Podge bottle, and that kind of holds the leaf. So when I'm tying on my ribbon at the bottom, my leaf isn't moving around all over my table. So if you can't really see what I'm doing too clearly, that's all I'm doing is just tying a little bit of this Harvest Orange crinkle ribbon on the base of this leaf, kind of on the bottom part of the stem, just to kind of give a little bit of accent. And I just think this ribbon looks so beautiful on these projects. Julie does a fantastic job of mixing, you know, she hand dyes all of these crinkle ribbons that she sells in her store, and it's just amazing how they all turn out just so beautiful. And the colors are pretty consistent every time you get them, the new packs. I'm just cutting off the frayed ends there just a little bit. And you can see that I have the orange, and all I did was just tie it on the bottom. And then I'm just going to take my ATG, just because that's what I have handy, and I'm just running a strip just kind of down the center of the leaf. Just like that. Don't need a lot of adhesive. And then if you have, I don't on this one, but sometimes it'll go over and you'll have adhesive showing. If you just take a tool or whatever you have handy and just kind of press against it and fold it underneath, that wraps that adhesive on the back side of your project. And then you're not seeing, you know, the adhesive show through. And then I just laid this down just on the corner, just like that, real easy. And then I'm going to go ahead and stamp on my sentiment. Now, you can, of course, stamp your sentiment on before you put the leaf on. I didn't think to add the sentiment until after I already had all the leaves attached. So that's why I'm doing it this way, just because that's what I've already been doing. But of course you could put it on beforehand if you wanted to do that. And if the ribbon's in your way, just kind of tuck it off to the side. So I'm just going to kind of put this on the bottom here. Pardon if my hair goes in the camera. I'm just trying to eyeball it here so I can see. And then I just put this on there like that, just real easy. And it just says Happy Thanksgiving. And so there is the name card. And so what I'm going to be doing is once I get the final list of everybody who's going to be coming for Thanksgiving, then I'll go ahead and put everybody's name, you know, I'll handwrite everybody's name on the cards. So that's really a quick and easy, super project to do. And I just wanted to share that with you guys. Just really fun how the crinkle ribbon can really dress up your cards. There's a couple different colors I use, the Harvest Orange and the Sunflower. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. And then also another one I pulled out was one of the Halloween Harvest. I was going to incorporate this one in there as well, but I really liked just the way that these two particular crinkle ribbons just coordinated and worked so well with the project. And I just think it's just a fun way to dress up your cards. These are really quick and easy to do. I mean, you know, I probably would have got that one a little bit faster than I did on camera if I wasn't talking so much. But anyway, it only took me a couple minutes, if that, to even make it. So anyway, just wanted to share that with you guys. And be sure to hop on over to the 3 Girl Jam blog, challenge blog. I'll put a link in the description below. And you guys will have a chance to win a gift card. I think it's $10 is the prize to the 3 Girl Jam store, where you can pick up some crinkle ribbon of your own. Julie has all kinds of other items in the store for sale. And then also there's going to be some other projects from some of my other design team sisters who are participating in this challenge as well, just to kind of give you guys an idea of some fun and creative ways you can use your holiday, or excuse me, your crinkle ribbon for upcoming holiday projects. And so I wanted to make one that was really quick and easy. Just something you guys could whip out fairly quickly to make for all kinds of occasions. You could even make something like this and put it on your buffet table or whatever you do for your food, where it says, you know, what the food item is, or that kind of a thing too. So that's always a fun way to do them. They don't have to just be a name card in front of somebody's place setting. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, and I hope you guys enjoyed this little quick tutorial. If you have any questions, as always, just go ahead and leave me a comment, or you can send me an email to scrapandabby@gmail.com. And I'm going to go ahead and sign off. So you guys, happy crafting, and I'll see you later. Okay, I just wanted to give you guys one last view of all the name cards on a different table, just so you can kind of get a better view of what they look like. You can really see how that crinkle ribbon really accents each of the name cards. I love it. And again, this is a really quick and easy project to do. As I mentioned, my husband has quite a large family. He's got 4 brothers, and there's my little dog in the background. And so this is just a fraction of the family that's going to be there. So, you know, even if we had the whole family together, this would still be a great project to whip out really quickly and make some holiday name cards for Thanksgiving, Christmas, anything you can think of. So I hope you guys enjoy the project. And just kind of close in here just a little bit on each of the cards. You can kind of see how well they turned out. for this challenge. So again, be sure to stop by the 3 Girl Jam Challenge blog and participate in challenge number 29. And most importantly, stop by the 3 Girl Jam store and check out all the wonderful products and yummy crinkle ribbon that Julie has in the store for you guys to offer. And when you enter to the challenge, you guys will have a chance to win a gift card to the store and pick up some goodies for yourself. All right, you guys have a great day. I'm really signing off for real this time. See you later. Happy crafting.